Alright, for this video, let's cover some of the basics of iTunes University as it looks from the user's perspective, in this case somebody using an iPad. And I've got an iPad Air here in front of me. We're going to go ahead and open up iTunes U, and I do this by just sliding a finger, typing in iTunes, and grabbing iTunes U. Now when you first open iTunes U, this is the screen you're going to see, which is going to be your catalog. When you first open it, you might not have any of these books on the bookshelf because you haven't added any books to the bookshelf yet. But in your library, you're going to have access to anything that you have downloaded from the iTunes U store. And it's kind of like a store, but it's really a catalog of information. And that's why they've given it that title up there, Catalog. So let's start by clicking on Catalog, and let's find a new course to download for our example. So when we click on Catalog, it's going to open us up into something that actually looks pretty similar to the iTunes store, not the iTunes University, the iTunes store, in that you'll see there's all kinds of different materials, and it's organized into different sections. So there's courses, there's going to be lectures and just content. And then we have the ability to search for something. So I'm going to pretend that I'm teaching science and I'm doing a course on the cell. So I'm going to go ahead and type the cell in here, hit search, and then I'm going to see what comes up. So the first thing is going to come up as collections, and those collections are going to be just information. It's not necessarily going to be an entire course. It's going to be a podcast, a video, other types of information that's available. Then there's the iTunes U episodes, and those are going to be individual videos that could also be used. And notice that they have a little download link, so you can download those. And then below that we have actual courses, and courses is what we're most interested in because you're going to be creating some courses and your students are going to be using the courses, and so we want to see that. So I'm going to look through all of these courses and I'm going to find one that I want to use to use for our example. I'm going to pick this one right off the bat because it's just a biology course that was created by a 7th grade teacher, it looks like. And I'm going to pretend that I've gone through this and there's some good stuff in here that I want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and hit subscribe. And then I'm going to get course. Now, the reason you're subscribing and getting this course is because this content is going to be able to be updated from the teacher interface, which we're going to cover later on. So right now we're looking at the user interface, and it's really like a subscription to a course. And if the teacher makes a change to the course, then you're going to see it as the user. So I'm going to go ahead and download that course, and that didn't take very long. And now it's available to me in my library as a book. And if I go ahead and click on that to open that book, you'll see that it's divided into 3 basic sections. It's got an overview, it's got information about the instructor, and it's going to give me an outline of what that course covers. You're going to find a wide variety of different outlines levels. So like this course is very specific. It's at a macro level to the cell, but you might find a course that's all of the 7th grade science class, and it may have hundreds of outlined items. In this case, it was nice and simple, and that's why I chose it. Now across the bottom, we have info, then we have posts, we have notes, and we have materials. So under info, this is going to be where you get your overview, instructor, and outline. Under posts, this will be all of the different posts and assignments that we're going to talk about in 1 second that are available for the course. Under notes, this is any notes that were taken on the course as you were going through it. And under materials, these are all the different materials that comprise that course up. So here you'll see that there's a variety of PDF documents. We've got videos, we've got worksheets to work on, lots of different content all mashed together in this one app where we can utilize it. So let's go ahead and look at posts, and we'll look at the main part of the course that you will be working with and your students will be working with. So now over on the left hand side here that I'm highlighting, these are going to be the various sections of the course. So by clicking on one of those sections, it'll take you to all of the course posts that have been made within that section. So if I go to Living Things Are Made of Cells, what I'm going to get is all of the assignments and projects that were required to complete that section. All right. So now right here on the screen, I'm going to get my highlighter out here. Right here we've got posts, and then we have assignments. And they're a little bit different in the way they function. Posts is going to be all posts, which could be information, it could be worksheets, it could be a lot of different things. Assignments are only those things that you would like turned in. And we'll kind of talk about how people turn things in using iTunes U, because it's a little different. So first, let's look at the post. So this first post says it's the Cell Cheek Lab video, and you're supposed to watch this video on how to perform this project. Underneath it, there is a cheek cell lab, which is actually a worksheet that's required to be done, and this is actually an assignment. And you'll see it's got the little checkbox here that you check when you've completed the assignment. There's no due date on this particular assignment because it's open on the web and it's available for everybody to kind of do at their own time. But what we've got is we have a worksheet that's embedded into this file. Now this worksheet right now lives in the cloud. It's on Apple's server. But the minute I click this, I'm downloading it from the cloud to my iPad device. And anytime you see that little cloud and you click on it, you're going to notice that it turns into this icon here, which is actually the little icon showing that it's going to be downloaded. And once it's downloaded, it no longer has the cloud button. This document officially lives now on my iPad. This is very important because your students may be going home where they don't have internet connection, and this is going to allow them to view documents without the internet connection, because once they've downloaded them at school where they did have internet connection, this now lives right here on this iPad where it can be used. So let's go ahead and open up that document. And you can see this is actually a worksheet, and this is a Pages worksheet that is being asked to be filled out by the student. So in this case, the student would be able to click on the share button up there in the upper right hand corner. They could pick a particular app that they would like to open this worksheet up in, and they would be able to complete the worksheet. So if they were going to work on it in Pages, they would open it in Pages. This particular worksheet is a Pages document, so that would probably be the best choice. If they wanted to add it to some notes, they might open it in Evernote. If they wanted to annotate it and actually draw on it, they might open it in something like Notability or one of those types of programs. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more in what I call my app mashing session, so I can really talk about how apps are kind of mashed together. But first, let's just kind of look at the workflow here. So that is one set of posts. So you can see these little icons in the side. So this would indicate a movie. This would indicate some sort of a document. There's other icons as well that would indicate if it's a PDF or another file type like that. So this is really a way to organize all of the material for a course in a way that's very easy to then deliver to your students. And I think that's the key thing here.